Hey everyone, and welcome to Newegg TV. Today we're going to be taking a look at some new video cards from EVGA. These are the Geforce Gtx 750 and 750 Ti. These cards feature GPUs based on Nvidia's newest Maxwell architecture, built using a 28nm manufacturing process. Nvidia has emphasized power savings and efficiency with Maxwell. The 750 and 750 Ti are capable of operating within the 75-watt power envelope provided through the PCI Express bus, although manufacturers may opt for an additional PCI Express graphics power connection for overclocking headroom. The 750 and 750 Ti support Nvidia's newest technologies, including G-Sync, which synchronizes a variable refresh rate between the card and a G-Sync compatible monitor for smooth gameplay and maximum frame rates. Shadow Play, which is always-on game recording with low system overhead, that's enabled through Nvidia's GeForce Experience software. It's very helpful for live streaming with Twitch and YouTube. Nvidia Shield compatibility allows you to stream your desktop PC games to your Shield handheld device, so you can play anywhere in your home. And of course, you have continued support for Nvidia technologies like GPU Boost 2.0, TXAA, FXAA, Physics, Adaptive VSync, Nvidia CUDA technology, and Nvidia Surround and 3D Vision. Next up, a look at some product specs. We're going to start with the EVGA GTX 750. This is their stock clocked model. It has 512 CUDA cores, a base clock of 1020 MHz, and a boost clock of 1085 MHz. You get 1 GB of GDDR5 memory on a 128-bit bus. That gives you 5 gigabits per second of memory speed. No power connectors on this one. A TDP of 55 watts. Your outputs are a dual-link DVI, an HDMI, and a DisplayPort, and of course the PCI Express Gen 3 bus. Next up is the Superclocked version of the 750, so a lot of the specs remain the same, but you now get a overclock out of the box, so 1215 MHz base clock, 1294 MHz boost clock, and when I tested this, it actually maxed out at a boost clock of about 1359, which is pretty nice. Other than that, all the specs are the same as the stock clocked 750. The 750 Ti gives you 640 CUDA cores, and first off, the Superclocked version from EVGA gives you a base clock of 1176 and a boost clock of 1255, and I was noticing on this one you got actually up to about 1320 maximum boost clock when you're actually running the card. You get 2 gigs of GDDR5 memory with the 750 Ti, at least with these models. Memory speed of 5.4 gigabits per second. Still no power connectors needed for the Superclocked version. A TDP of 60 watts, same outputs as the 750, and then of course maintaining that PCI Express Gen 3 bus. Finally is the EVGA For the Win version. This is the Newegg exclusive, and this one is the maximum clock speed as well as the special customized cooler design. So you get a base clock of 1189, a boost clock of 1268, and this one maxed on us at 1345.5. That's without any extra tweaking. You do need one 6-pin power connector for this one, so bear that in mind. Other than that, everything remains the same from the Superclocked version. We're going to take a closer look at some of these cards now. We'll start with EVGA's Geforce GTX 750. Inside the box, you get an EVGA poster that they like to put in their gaming graphics card boxes. You also get, of course, a graphics card user's guide, a little bit of an insert about the dual-link DVI connection, and you know, all the information you'd need from a quick start guide. They provided you with a DVI to VGA. That's a 15-pin D-sub VGA connector. So if you have an older monitor, you can use that with the DVI out on the card to connect to your monitor. You get an EVGA driver disk right here. It's best to download the latest drivers. You'll get better performance and compatibility that way. And then you also get a Powered by EVGA case badge. That is the same box contents for both the Superclocked and the non-Superclocked version. Now we're going to take a closer look at the card. This is the non-Superclocked version. You'll note the only difference here is that it doesn't have the little SC logo right there, so we'll continue taking a closer look at the Superclocked version, which has a little SC indicating it's Superclocked. Apart from that, the cards are physically exactly the same, just that little SC and the fact that the Superclocked version comes overclocked out of the box versus the non-Superclocked, which does not. The card is pretty much all black with a bit of silver highlighting in the text that you can see right there. Lengthwise, it is just shy of 6 inches long, so this is going to fit in just about any graphics card configuration case, you know, mini ITX, that sort of thing that you might want to install it in. It is a dual slot card, so bear that in mind. And they have done some nice attention to details, such as putting a bit of powder coating on the exhaust bracket right there, as you can see, as well as the aluminum fin stack, which is beneath the fan right here. The fan right there is 90mm, it's downward firing, and then that's going to push air over that aluminum radial fin array that you can see there at the bottom and help keep the GPU nice and cool. We can see the PCI Express Gen 3 connector down there at the bottom as well, and then flipping over to the back we can see that the PCB is pretty much a black in color. You can see some of the identification logos and serial number stickers there at the bottom as well, and flipping it over to, I will say, wait, this side? No. Yes, this side, sorry. This side is the view that you're going to get when you actually have it installed in the case, so you'll see pretty much that black shroud as well as the black PCB there at the bottom. So very nice look, very small card, which is nice that they've managed to fit all the power into this little package. Let's move on with video outs. You get a full-size DisplayPort, you also get HDMI, and then finally you get a DVI dual link, and that does also have, it's DVI-I, so it's got the analog connection points as well, so you can use that with the included adapter to connect a VGA monitor as well. And here's a look at the 750 Ti. This is not the For the Win version, this is the Superclocked version. And here, again, you're going to see a lot of similarities to the 750 that I just showed you guys, apart from the Ti logo right there, the fact that it is the 750 Ti GPU there at the center. Accessories that are included are the same as I just showed you with the GTX 750, so you guys can bear that in mind. Again, just shy of 6 inches long, 90mm fan, lots of attention to detail as far as keeping this card nice and clean looking, so it will integrate into lots of computers. If you are looking to build an aesthetically pleasing computer, then EVGA does a great job of accommodating that, I believe. Again, apart from that, pretty much all the same features that you saw with that 750, just the 750 Ti GPU sitting at the heart, and then again here at the back, same video out configuration with the full-size DisplayPort, HDMI, as well as the DVI-I. And lastly, we have the GTX 750 Ti FTW, or For the Win, which is typically reserved for EVGA's most overclocked graphics cards in a particular series. They have included one additional accessory here, which is a double Molex to 6-pin PCI Express graphics connector. In order to assist with overclocking, EVGA opted to give some additional power to this card, although they're still recommending a 400-watt power supply. One other accessory that I haven't shown you guys yet is this EVGA Enthusiast built set of stickers. These actually come with all 4 cards, although it's tucked in there very cleverly, so I didn't notice it at first, but that comes with all of them. But let's take a close look at the For the Win edition now. One big difference, of course, you'll notice with this card, well, physically it is larger. It measures just a hair past 9 inches long, measuring from the bracket here, but again, still a very reasonable size, so it should fit in a lot of computer cases that are out there on the market, or even most of them if you're talking about a mid-tower or larger. Apart from that, we have the Acx Cooler, and this is a cooling design that we saw introduced with the 700 series, which is quite impressive. It includes a very impressive aluminum fin stack in there, as well as a dual copper heat pipe configuration, which actually runs the length of the card from front to back, which is pretty cool. Does a very good job of cooling. It's assisted by 2 90mm downward firing fans there at the top, which are going to push lots of air over those fins. And then bear in mind that this design, as well as the other designs that we've looked at today, are open, so they're going to be pushing some air into your case. So just make sure you have some airflow front to back or bottom to top in your case to help evacuate that warm air. Apart from that, again, PCI Express Gen 3 connector right there. We got a bit of a plastic extension here at the back of the PCB, and that's just to give some additional protection to the aluminum fins that you can see there. You can also see the termination end of those copper heat pipes right down there at that end. Aesthetically, again, EVGA I think has done a really great job keeping this card looking very mean, especially when you consider that this card, at least from an aesthetic perspective, is looking just as good as a lot of the high-end cards that are also available from EVGA. So great job with the Acx Cooler design right there. It is a plastic shroud, but again, this being a bit more towards the entry level when it comes to graphics cards, that's some of the trade-off you get for the cost savings. Again, you do require a PCI Express 6-pin PCI Express graphics 6-pin connector right there, so make sure you got one of those available, or you can use that adapter that's included. And then finally, for video outs, again here at the back, pretty much the same configuration we saw with the other cards, a full-size DisplayPort, HDMI, and then the DVI dual link DVI-I right there, so you can connect that up to DVI monitor, or you can use it with that adapter for a VGA connection. And that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Once again, we've been taking a closer look at the EVGA Geforce GTX 750 stock, 750 Superclock, 750 Ti Superclocked, as well as 750 Ti for the Win Edition, this one right here. By the way, if you're interested in this particular card, you're only going to be able to find it on Newegg.com because it is an exclusive product for Newegg.com, at least for the time being as of the filming of this video. So click on the links in the video description if you're interested in any one of these cards. Also, while you're down there, click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Newegg TV's YouTube channels, and we'll see you all in the next video.